Hey Libra. Yep. Love revealing. So I did your reading, our reading, and it was perfect. And there's still a better way to say what I said. And I realized that after. So I'm doing it again. And I'm still going to ask you the same questions of respect. Interesting. Wheel of Fortune. Wheels turning. Wheels turning. Creativity turning. Maybe even coming with some moments of breaking insight. It's like breaking news. So the Tower moment is usually just a moment of realization. Right now, it seems more that it's all connecting for you, for us. And it might feel like it just ripped something open in your life. But now you know better. And you also can be the bigger person. You already know how to be the bigger person. And sometimes, though, when it gets heated, you don't always. So learn how to be the bigger person. Whether this is romantic, love in a situation, maybe with a Scorpio, for some. Though, really this is about this is for us is the phoenix. It's the rise, it's the rebirth. It's the time you're in a great place where things are going and you're feeling that cardinal air motion, even in the midst of Pisces season, where you know you can create something. And if that means that it tears certain things down, let it tear it down. Because the speed in your mind and how much you can get things done with using whatever's been broken down, whatever ignites that thing in you, because, backtrack, whatever ignites that thing in you to do it is only going to show you how much smarter you've become and how much more capable you've become to hold those values. It can be difficult to be the only inanimate object in the zodiac and to be a scale at that, because people think they can just place things on you just to weigh them out. It's up to you as a human being to say no or yes, depending on yourself. There's a generalization with Libras that I want to clear up a little bit, because it has truth to it. I'm not sure if every Libra is like this. I have not met every Libra in the world, but there is a certain generalization that we care too much about what other people think. Yes, I have been there, but there are certain things that I've gone through that also add to that. I also grew up with that a lot and was shown that a lot. So now it's gotten easier. Does that still come up in my head? Sometimes, but I know it's not me. Should you care? I don't like to say should, but should you care what other people think? To an extent. But unless they're your partner and coming home to you at the end of the day, they're the ones that have unconditional love for you, and then you could figure out how to bloom and blossom and create a new way of understanding each other. Beautiful. If you can't, this is the time to set it free, if you have not already. This is the time to rise. This is the Phoenix. We've talked about this a little bit. But now you're coming to the point where Pisces season kind of wraps up whatever came up for you in the past year. And this one's bigger, and I talked about this with all the signs last month, is this Pisces season is asking us to, if you have never acknowledged ancestral trauma, DNA, through your DNA, and then, cultural trauma, your trauma, other people's trauma. If you haven't acknowledged these certain patterns or cycles that you have specifically, it's really important for you to acknowledge them now, because the only way that they can become more healed, because are we ever fully healed? When we die, maybe. And even then, so there's more to come on that. But even then, when you acknowledge these things, acknowledging and then giving that part of yourself what you really need. Standing your ground does not mean other people walk all over you. Standing your ground may allow other people to not like you anymore, but here's the cool thing. The more that you grow, the more that anyone grows, the people that are supposed to be in your life will be there. They will raise themselves to where you're at and meet you there. It's up to you to acknowledge and you to state how you are. And that is how you act, how you talk, how you are with people. Not just certain people. It's with everyone. I don't know if you're a Libra like me, where karma comes real quick. I know karma is real. I told someone I used to work for, because something stupid happened. Only every time I ever did something real stupid like that, told them, this is why I'm honest. This is why I don't get away with shit. I don't get away with shit. I just gotta learn to own it. So, this beautiful creative wheel of fortune, this beautiful creative life that is tearing down the old, is going to allow you to have so much energy. But being the bigger person doesn't mean you cut someone else when they're down. You just learn how to hold yourself. And if you have learned to hold yourself, perfect. It's perfect timing. Because what is going to come with this place of creating, allowing things to fall down, cardinal air swooping in, allowing yourself to see and learn, and then be given what you truly deserve, because you showed the universe what you truly deserve. You showed God what you truly deserve. I've cried many times this month about how grateful I am. I'm in the midst of moving, so I'm really cardinal air right now. And the rebirth is real. It's now time to decide if you want to stay here or if you want to fall back. But it really seems like you don't want to fall back. Just learn to place that energy. You take it out on someone else, is that not only going backwards? If you do, just own it. Apologize and respect that person's boundaries with you now. If you're the Libra. If it's the other way around, hold straight, hold true. What's meant to be will really come back. Cliche as it is, it's true stuff. That's why it sticks around. And you can decide what that means to you. And then let this newfound place begin. And you might have an offer from a Scorpio, or you might have a Scorpio come back and try to you'll know what to do. Don't fall for it. Do not fall for it. Do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. Bottom of the deck. Do what you gotta do. Use what you have learned. Allow Pisces season to show you the toxic. Accept and move on. Cardinal air is what I'm calling this. It is time to be the most Libra you can be. Okay, there's so many things. I would just like to sit here and talk to you. The last one was a lot longer, for so long, right now in this very moment, but I have to go. We'll look at the cards. Information to work with me one-on-one is below. Things will be changing soon. I'm just in the midst of a lot. And this one will say, I love when stuff like this comes up before I do the reading, because you get to see another side, as we have so many. We're not as general. General astrology really isn't for me unless it really makes sense. So we'll look at the cards. I love you so much. Just be aware this season, boundaries can be crossed really, really easy. It's up to how you handle them and up to how you respond to them. I love Pisces season, personally. I love every season for a reason. I didn't mean to rhyme there, but that was nice. Okay, I love you. I will see you next month. Libra, Libra, Libra. Do your thing. Cool. So what's important to remember is that whatever tower moment you're experiencing, and here it just seems like, okay, the more I can handle, the more certain things are going to crumble. And I feel like for you, it's ideas of yourself and ideas of others, and kind of coming into a place with more acceptance and letting go, but yet moving forward at the same time. It's very cardinal air, where it's like, okay, we're moving. We keep moving even when we feel like we're not, because the wind will carry out whatever it's supposed to after whatever's set in motion. And I hope that makes sense. There's no need to rush this. And also, when this tower moment in your mind happens, don't come at yourself. Do your best to know that this is for you to learn. This is a moment for learning. And to use the energy, and I don't know if you're a Libra like this, like I am, where when something happens, something crumbles, I get all this energy, but it's really up to me to decide how I use that. Because if I continue to go back into the same old patterns of being just so angry and aggressive, and then just like in a certain way, or taking it out on myself. So those patterns need to come into something else, where you know better now. Sorry, this thing's a little shaky. Where you know better now. And you not only know, though knowing better and understanding and turning that into allowing yourself to receive more. It's a huge rebirth. It's funny because throughout these readings, whenever I have a card above the other card, it seems like they match up really well sometimes in some spots. And the Tower and Death, it's like you need taking this Tower moment and making it another rebirth about yourself. Another aspect that instead of coming at yourself and going, or maybe going, at someone else. And again, if you need to say something to someone, do it. Just show them what you would want, right? And instead turn it into something you could really move forward with. This beautiful, flowering and budding that's going on. The Hanged Man could have been the Virgo full moon last weekend, showing you what really needed to be seen. So a lot of people had a hard time that weekend, but really it was just showing us our deep, toxic traits that need to change. It's a possibility that we all felt that in some type of way. And if you are in a place where you can get that and be like, okay, I can still love myself. Okay, I can still figure it out. We all have them. Pisces season brings everything out of us. And Virgo season allows us to allow that to show up and face it and deal with it in that moment, and to find some real healing and to make something out of it. That's what Virgo does. They make something out of whatever is showing up. And it's really cool. So even in terms of romance, if there might be a Scorpio trying to come back really heavy, like trying to do everything they can to come back into your life, I would think about it first, because you're in a certain place. So if it's going to stop this motion or halt this motion, I would say just be caution, move a little slower in that aspect of your life, or be really honest. If you're with a Scorpio, there's something you're learning together and learning to grow with each other in a certain way. And you guys are ready to move on. So, there's a few ways to see this, but ultimately, it's that you're ready to turn whatever happens in your life, taking your lessons and really making something from them. It's a beautiful thing. A beautiful thing. Ooh. There's a strong woman figure in your life. It's possible that they're bringing about this Tower moment. Could be a Leo as well. Queen of Wands is very much associated with Leo. Or check on the Leo placements in your chart. But things are gonna roll out now. So yeah. And you might get a lot of offers from people of love interests as well, or more business opportunities, but I do feel it's love interest. It's just like, it would be great, and just notice if that's what you really want right now. You know? If anything, just go with what's happening. Allow yourself to be free like a Sagittarius, but also contemplative like a Virgo, possibly. Learning that. Or if there's those people in your life, they are great people to talk to or look to in these times. So yeah, a lot's turning, a lot's happening, a lot's moving, and you're prepared now. If you're not, again, find what you need to do, because it might come back at you in a way that you don't, just lessons and lessons. So, Cardinal Air, respect thyself, respect what you want, respect your needs, respect your boundaries, and everything will continue to flow. Okay? There's just so much I could say about this spread. I know I went a little longer than I normally do with this part, but there's just so much I could say. And as Libras, we can look at things many different ways, but really it's about standing your grounds, being in this respectable power while you see certain things kind of fall. Then you take the pieces like a phoenix, like a rebirth. You take that and you go with it. A lot of great things coming. So you don't want anything to stop this fortune, this wheel of fortune, to keep rolling out. Just go with it. Maybe ask yourself, what do I need to keep going with it? Okay? All right, I love you so much. I will see you next month. Information to work with me one-on-one below. That will be changing soon. I know I've been saying that, but lots changing in my life. Yeah, cool. Love you. See you next month.